Hello friends, I welcome you all for the next lecture of Infrastructure Engineering and Construction Techniques. In this lecture, we will start with unit number 4, that is tunneling. So, in this lecture, we will go through the definition of tunnel, advantages and disadvantages of tunnel, along with the criteria for selection of size and shape of tunnel. So, if we want to define a tunnel, it can be defined as an engineering structure or artificial gallery or a passage or a roadway beneath the ground or under the bed of stream or through a hill or mountains. In simple words, we can define the tunnel as underground artificial passage or roadways used for transportation. So, suppose this is a mountain, and through this mountain we have to construct a tunnel. So, it is a underground passage, this is a tunnel. If we see the advantages of tunnel, the tunnels are more economical as compared to open cuts. So, in last slide we have seen the tunnel. The open cuts are constructed from the sides of the tunnel, of the mountain, like this. So, this is a mountain, and this mountain will be cut from this periphery, so that there is a way for the transportation. So, if we compare tunnel with open cuts are more economical. Tunnels are more economical as compared to open cuts. The tunnels avoid disturbing with surface life and traffic during construction. Here we have seen open cuts are constructed along the periphery of the mountain. So, here the surface life and traffic gets affected at the time of construction of this open cut, which is not happen in case of tunnel, because tunnels are constructed like this. The tunnels offer better protection in case of war. Tunnels are more safe as compared to open cut, and as we are cutting the mountain, so there is overall reduction in cost because of shortening the length of the tunnel. Next advantage is, beyond certain depths, tunnels are more economical than open cuts. Next advantage is, tunnels avoid disturbing or interfering with surface life and traffic during construction. Tunnels prove to be cheaper than bridges or open cuts to carry public utility services like water, sewer and gas. Generally, the tunnels are used for transportation of water or for sewers or for gas. So, tunnels are more cheaper as compared to bridges or open cut. If tunnels are provided with easy gradients or slope, the cost of hauling is decreased. So, here hauling is nothing but whatever the material that is excavated, that excavated material we have to dump outside of the tunnel site, which is called as a hauling. So, if tunnels are provided with easy slopes or gradient, the cost of hauling is decreased. And last advantage is, In case of aerial warfare and bombing of cities, the tunnels would grant better protection as compared to bridges. Though there are numerous advantages of tunnels, they are subjected to disadvantages also. First disadvantage is initial cost of construction is more and it takes long time for the successful completion of tunnel. And at the same time, tunnel requires specialized and sophisticated equipment. Coming to the next point, what is the criteria for selection of size of tunnel? So, the factors which affect the size of tunnel is volume of traffic to be handled. So, if there is a heavy traffic, in that case large tunnels should be constructed, and if traffic is small, in that case smaller tunnels should be constructed. Next is the type of traffic for which tunnels are to be constructed. We had seen the tunnels are used for the transportation of public, for water or for gas also. So, what is the type of traffic that is to be handled by the tunnel, based on which the size of the tunnel is decided. Next important factor is thickness of tunnel lining. After construction of a tunnel, the lining should be provided so that there is no roof fall, and the thickness of tunnel lining also plays an important role for selection of size of tunnel. Next important criteria is drainage facilities required, as water may percolate from the tunnel lining, and for which it is required to provide a drainage facilities in the tunnel. Therefore, these drainage facilities also plays an important role in selection of size of tunnel. Next important factor is ventilation methods to be adopted. At the time of tunnel construction, various gases may be formed because of the blasting inside the tunnel, and these gases, foul air should be removed outside of the tunnel so that it becomes easy for the workers to work in the tunnel. So, the ventilation methods to be adopted is also plays an important role in selection of size of tunnel. Coming to the next point, that is shape of tunnel. The various shapes of tunnels are to be constructed depending upon the type of traffic that is to be carried out by that particular type of tunnel. So, first is the D section. So, the figure shows D section tunnel. So, this form consists of a semicircular roof as shown in figure with arched sides. Here we can say these are the arched sides, and this is a curved invert, and a slope of 1:24 is provided for the drainage of the tunnel. So, whatever the water will percolate from these sides will be collected to this central position and will be taken out of the tunnel. Generally, the construction of this type of tunnel is difficult, and such type of shapes are suitable for subways or navigational tunnels. Next type of section is circular section. So, here the diagram shows a circular section. This is a circular type of section. This is the diameter of the tunnel. So, this is a ground from which we have excavated a tunnel. So circular section is suitable for tunnels which may have to withstand heavy internal or external radial pressure. So here when there is a radial pressure, means from these sides the pressure will be developed to the tunnel lining. So such type of tunnels are constructed when there is a need of, or when there is necessity to withstand a heavy internal as well as external radial pressure developed by these sides of the tunnel. These type of tunnels are also suitable for subways or navigational tunnels. Next type is the horseshoe shape. As the name is horseshoe shape because the shape of this tunnel is like a shoe of a horse, therefore it is called as a horseshoe shaped tunnel. So this type of tunnel is a compromise between the first two types, that is arch tunnel and circular tunnel. Such type of tunnels become popular and are suitable for railways and highway tunnels. Next type of tunnel is the egg-shaped tunnel. The figure is as shown, as the shape is as like that of an egg, therefore it is called as a egg-shaped tunnel. So such type of shape commonly used for carrying sewage because it gives self-cleansing velocity even in dry weather flow. Suppose this is a sewer line. So here the slopes will be given like this, and whatever the water or sewage that will flow from this tunnel, because of this slope, a self-cleansing velocity, means the sewage will be carried by gravity in this direction, which provides a self-cleansing velocity even if in a dry weather flow also. Such type of shapes are very effective for resisting external and internal type of pressure. Next type of section is rectangular section. So rectangular section is generally used where it is required to construct a tunnel with small depth, and the example or generally it is adopted for pedestrian traffic. So this is about the various shapes of tunnels. Next is we are going to discuss the various important terms that are related with the tunnel. These definitions will require to understand the various methods of tunneling. So first is the pilot tunnel. This first figure shows pilot. This is a pilot tunnel. This is a pilot tunnel and this is a main tunnel. So here the second this photo shows this is a main tunnel and this is a pilot tunnel which is constructed. So pilot tunnel is a small rectangular tunnel known as a pilot tunnel and is driven at the center of proposed tunnel for enlarging the sections. So in this figure we can see the main tunnel is excavated, and after this these are the cross cuts which are drilled radially along a ring, and this each ring is spaced about 1 to 1.2 meter apart from each other. So after this construction or excavation of this open cut, we can enlarge this main tunnel from this width to this width. Means these sides can be used for the excavation. Here we can drill a hole to these both faces. Here also we can drill a hole, and blasting can be carried out so that this whole ground or whole mass will be removed after blasting, and this main tunnel can be enlarged after removal of this mass. So this is the purpose of pilot tunnel. This is a picture which shows a pilot tunnel, and this is a main tunnel. Next important definition is shafts. So shafts are vertical well or passage reaching from the ground surface to the tunnel roof. So this is a figure which shows tunnel shaft. This is a ground surface. We have to construct or excavate a tunnel here. So these shafts are vertical well. The vertical wells are excavated like this, or it is a passage which reach from the ground surface to the tunnel roof. And here again, as like that of a pilot tunnel, these faces are also used for the tunnel excavation. Here the holes are drilled here, and these holes are filled with detonators, and after which the blasting will be carried out, so that here we can excavate a required length of tunnel. Here picture shows this is a tunnel shaft which is reaching from ground surface to the tunnel roof. Next important concept is the portals. So portals is the actual doorways or main entrance of tunnel, which is called as a portal. So this is a main entrance of a tunnel, is called as a portal. So this is about the various important terms that we should know. So with this we will stop here and continue in the next lecture. Thank you.